Hello everyone, welcome back to Pwn TV. Today I'm actually going to be talking about a new Set 5 mechanic that has been introduced to the game, and I want to talk about some of the cards that were introduced in previous sets that are balanced, and I'll explain why they're balanced, and I'll also explain why this new card in Set 5 is not balanced whatsoever, and it either needs A, an errata, or B, some new card printed that interacts with it directly to counter it, because it was added to the game to counter other mechanics, but as we'll see with these first few examples, those cards that were added to the game as hard counters for certain mechanics are easily played around, and they don't necessarily win the game when they're played. But this new Set 5 card, when it's played, it basically wins the game. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys 4 Saiyan Kabbas. So you know that veggies is a mechanic. People actually play veggies still, even though there are cards that counter the veggies really hard. It doesn't matter. People are going to play veggies. Imagine if you had 4 veggies out, right? That's pretty scary, okay? But they printed a card that actually interacts with your board state. When you have 4 or more cards in play, you can blow up those, like basically everything. Everything you could just destroy with this Kami Global Unifier. However, just because someone's playing Kami Global Unifier doesn't mean that they win the game, even against veggies, because you don't have to have 4 cards out to win in any game ever. You need like 1, not even. So having 4 cards out, overextending to get the win, that's your own fault. If the person on the other side of the table is playing a Kami, then you can play around the Kami. You can play 2 to 3 battle cards, and you can start bashing them with that, and there's nothing they can do about it, okay? This Kami is useless for them, so it's easily played around. That said, even if they do hit 4 or more battle cards and blow up the field, that doesn't necessarily mean that they win the game. They tap 2 to do this, plus they played the Kami. Chances are they probably can't win that turn after having invested so many resources and blowing up the field, therefore you get another turn. In other games like Magic the Gathering, you have Wrath of God, Supreme Verdict, things like this. These are cards that literally take all of your resources to cast, but it resets the board. But it doesn't guarantee that you win when you play them. Similarly, Kami doesn't guarantee a win when you play them, even if you are able to blow up 4 or more battle cards. Not a problem. You can play around this card and you can recover from a loss after you get hit by this Kami effect, alright? So this is not a big deal. You can easily say that Kami is a strong card and it's a card that you need to be wary of and you need to play around from Set 5, but just because it exists doesn't mean that it guarantees that you're going to lose to it every time that it's against you as a match, okay? So that's not a problem. We can easily beat the Kami, okay? Not a problem. Easily play our deck and beat the Kami. The next cards that I'm going to talk about is another mechanic that I think you can easily play around. Everybody's like, oh, Time Control Klonoa. That card is so busted. Time Control Klonoa literally shits on Shugesh. It's like, oh, you don't have any super combos anymore. Hello, you can win games without supers. And also, hello, you still get 10,000 power boost for 0 with your Shugesh when they have a Time Control Klonoa out. So if they play the Time Control Klonoa and they shut your Shugesh off for the entire game, big deal. You still can go Shugesh 10k pump. You can still do that. You can't play a 3-drop or less Saiyan card off of the Shugesh because Klonoa is preventing you from doing that for the whole game, even if it's not in play. Kinda busted, but you can still play around that. You want to see how? You tap 3 energies, right? And then you fucking cast the damn 3-drop Saiyan. Problem solved. Klonoa doesn't do anything about that. Okay, so you can still play around the Klonoa strategy even if you're running Shugesh in your deck. Not a problem. Side note, I'd like to make a small tangent here. I think it's really lame that you can't side out 4 Shugeshes for 4 other super combos in your deck that are not Shugeshes. You should be able to put 4 other super combos in your side deck. That way, in the game 2, when you know they're siding in the Time Control Klonoa, you can simply side out your Shugeshes. That's called next level gaming. That's an extremely smart play, and it can steal the game 2 and 3 quite easily if you're able to do that. But this game does not allow you to do that, so it's very awkward when you're playing Shugesh in the main, which is why ever since Klonoa was printed, you never see 4 Shugeshes in a deck. You always see like 2 Shugeshes and 2 other yellow super combos, just in case. But with all that said, the only thing that you're really losing is the ability to either A, draw a card off of a super combo that's not Shugesh, or B, play the Saiyan off of the Shugesh. That's all you're losing when they play the Klonoa. So you don't get a free Saiyan. and you don't get to draw a card because you chose to play a Shugesh instead of another super combo, big deal. You can still 10k pump, and you could still win with that strategy after a Cronoa was played. So you can play around a Cronoa before, after, or whenever it's played, not a problem. You can easily play around this card. That card is fair, it's balanced, it's not always going to win the game against you when it's slammed down. Now let's talk about some other cards that don't always win the game against you when they're slammed down. Let's say that you're playing, and this is the meat of the video, let's say that you're playing a land ramp card, or in this game it would be an energy ramp card. Let's say you're playing Objection, or Whis, or whatever it might be. Vegeta Leader from Ultimate Set Box, whatever. So you have the Objection, and you're land ramping. You're basically going to ramp up your energy zone to where you can cast your really big dudes before they are. So maybe they took the play and you want to like get more energies than they have just to basically be like, oh, you started first, but I still have more energy than you and I always will. That's kind of the idea, right? So they have 3 energy, you untap on your turn 3, you're a turn behind on energy, you play the Objection, now you have an extra energy, now you're at 4 energies, it's almost like you went first suddenly. So that's really clever, that's a really strong mechanic to add to the game, but it requires the entire turn to invest into it, plus cards from hand, and it's a fair and balanced card, does not need any nerfs. That said, there are cards that were printed that nerf Objection, and they're not really supposed to nerf Objection, they're really in the game to nerf SS3's Goku Leader because everybody was raging about how that card was so busted. Okay, so they print Forced Ejection Mass Saiyan, and they print Begrudging Respect Piccolo in the following tournament box set. These cards are basically designed to stop SS3 from getting out of control. But look how balanced they are. Literally, you have to overwhelm this guy to use him or pay 3. Either way, he is a Saiyan, so you can Shugesh this guy into play. Very smart, by the way. However, you can only activate its main once per turn, and you can only activate the main if you have placed an energy for the turn, and you also have less energy than your opponent. If you meet the requirements of this activate main, you can activate it once per turn. Very balanced card. Your opponent, knowing that you have this in play, or that you're going to play it the following turn, your opponent can play around it. Your opponent's like, oh, he's going to Vegeta lock me. He's going to do something with my energy, so I can't play my Objection this turn. Oh, I played an Objection last turn, and he nuked my energy, and he might do it again, so I can't play this other Objection in my hand, or something like this. So with that in mind, you can still recover from this play. This play doesn't end the game. When they say Forced Ejection, Mass Saiyan, warp one of your energies, you don't automatically lose the game. It's going to take several turns of grinding you out before they even stand a chance of beating you typically, and still you have a way out. It's not 100% certain that they're going to win when they play this Mass Saiyan. Ditto for the Piccolo. It's literally the same card for blue and 1 less energy, and it does the same thing. It's like, oh, you placed an energy? Okay, well, you have less energy than your opponent? Okay, nuke one of their energies. Alrighty then. So this card's warping in energy, this card's dropping in energy. That's the only big difference, and both of them are easily played around because they both require the opponent to have, like, the same amount of energy or less, or more energy than you. So, like, at some point in the game, once you've used your Piccolo and your Mass Saiyan enough times, the opponent's not going to meet the requirements for you to use them continually for the rest of the game. Therefore, they're balanced because they've done their effect, you've gotten the value out of these cards, and now suddenly they're no longer any good for you, okay? So, with that said, let's look at what Set 5 introduced in addition to what we already saw, and I'll explain to you why these cards are busted. Okay, so let's look at this card. This card needs to be fucking errated or banned because it is broken, okay? This card, I don't care what you say, you cannot convince me that this is not broken. Read this card. 1 drop, any color, deflect, draw when it enters, combo for 0, activate main for 2, place this card in your drop area. It's a black card. Let me reiterate that it's a black card. When you place it in your drop area, if your opponent has placed any card in their energy using a skill during this game, choose one of the opponent's energies and place it in the owner's drop area. Okay, so at first glance that looks very fair. You pay 2 to nuke an energy. That's kind of like these other cards, but look what Dende doesn't say. Dende doesn't say if you have less energy than your opponent. Dende also doesn't say if you've played a charge this turn. Dende simply says, smash! Dende says, smash! Smash your energy! Don't care! Get fucked! I'm gonna play myself over and over again, and I'll show you how that works. It's busted. It's fucking busted. And here's how it is done. Okay, so you use this leader. This leader right here is Dragon Ball. Okay, you probably can use other leaders, but we're using this one in this example. You're going to awaken the Dragon Ball. Now it's a Shenron. Miraculous whatever Shenron. Okay, so this card, let's read it together. Can't attack. Okay, boo fucking who. Activate main once per turn. Choose one. Draw a card. Seems pretty typical. Fair. Okay. Next, choose one desire card in your hand with an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy and activate its activate main skill. That means play the card for free from your hand and don't actually drop it. Leave it in your hand. Simply get the free spell and put the card back in your hand. Okay, so that's kind of strong, right? Because every turn you're playing more and more energy, you can activate higher and higher desire cards with this mechanic on this leader, and that's why this leader is good. Okay, so the next one is the ultimate, remove 7 Dragon Balls, and if you do, you get triple attack and 10k power. Okay, that's also pretty fucking strong. But what's really strong is the fact that you can choose any desire card from your hand and activate its activate main skill for free, depending on your energy cost. Okay, so how do you stop this mechanic? Vegeta Lock. That's literally it. Like, if you play Vegeta Lock against this leader, he's probably going to be locked at a low enough energy cost to where he doesn't really get to play his desires for that cheap. But I will say this, like, if that's the case, he only needs 2 energy to play this desire card, and this desire card can play Dende over and over and over again. For just 2, you can simply say, oh, I charged my 2nd energy against Vegeta Lock. Okay, so Vegeta Lock has 2 energy. I have 2 energy. I'm going to go ahead and activate this skill. I'm going to go ahead and show you my Child's Wish, and then I'm going to show you the Dende in my drop area, and I'm going to put it into play, because Child's Wish literally says, if your leader card is Shenron, choose a battle card in your drop area, 15k or less power, and an energy cost of 3 or less, and play it. Well, that's Dende, dude, and a bunch of other cards, but in this case, it's Dende. And that's free, because you use the Shenron leader effect, which means you keep the Child's Wish in your hand, you still have the 2 energy against, like, let's say, in this hypothetical, a Vegeta Lock deck, and then you still have the 2 energy. You just simply activate this effect. The Vegeta Lock player has probably played an energy with the Vegeta Activate ability, the auto effect that he has when he attacks. He's probably played an energy, so this is live, which means for 2 energy, you can just nuke their shit. No problem. And you can do this strategy against any other leader, against any other deck that has any land ramp whatsoever. So if I say objection, all I need to do is 1 objection. I just play 1 objection, anytime, any place, 1 objection, 1 objection. And I lose this, plus another card. I lose 2 cards to play the objection. They go to the drop area. They're gone. But since I played the objection, right, since I played it, now for the entire duration of the game, Dende can shit on my energy. No matter what energy it is, no matter how many I have, no matter how many Dende's player has, Dende can simply say smash, and then you lose some energy. And he could do this over and over. He could go turn 2, Child's Wish, Dende, blow up in energy, I'll tap out. Turn 3, Child's Wish, Dende, blow up in energy, I have an energy open for a negate. Turn 4, Child's Wish, Dende, Child's Wish again, YOLO, and then I'm just going to keep fucking blowing up energy every single turn. I'm going to be doing it multiple times per turn. As we get to turn 6, 7, and 8, it's like 3 or 4 activations on this Dende that they have access to, not to mention they could be playing Senzu Bean or some other amount of untaps to be able to untap their energies, and by doing all of these shenanigans, they're able to just spam this Dende effect, so you literally only played 1 objection to get 1 extra energy in play, to get 1 nice turn 4 play. Maybe you did this on turn 2 or 3, you're like, oh, objection. And then on turn 3, whatever the following turn is, you're just like, oh, I got an extra energy available. I'll play my 4 drop now. I'll play my 5 drop, whatever it is. And you'll do this. Well, Dende says no. Dende says, no, dude, you're not going to do that. And also, now that you made that play, I'm just going to keep spamming this until the game is over. I'm going to say, activate the Shenron leader, play the Child's Wish effect from hand, and put it back in hand. Take the Dende from the drop area and put it into play, and then tap 2 and blow out your energy. There's 1 energy gone, there's another one, all your energies are just gone, dude. They're gone, and you have no energies. Meanwhile, they have like 6 or 7 energy, and then they can say, play my big guys now. Maybe I play World Peace instead of Child's Wish eventually because you have no more energy left and you can't play your deck. So now I'm just going to say World Peace, slap down my 6 or 7 drop guy, kill you. Like, kill you. So what I'm saying is this is damn near a 100% win rate when the Dende activate main requirements are met. Whereas, when the activate main requirements on all of these other cards we looked at are actually met, it is nowhere near a 100% win rate against the opponent when these cards are played. If their activate main effects are relevant, and they're met, and the requirements are actually met, then you don't necessarily win the game. But when you play the Dende and it's live, it wins the game. There's really no way to lose once you start spamming this effect. You just shit on the opponent. There's no requirements on this activate main, whereas these other two, like I mentioned, say, oh, I have to have less than or equal. I have to have less than your energy in order to activate. Dende doesn't give a fuck, dude. Smash! Smash! Dende is going to smash every single time. That's what's going to happen. This card's busted. So let's look at some of the answers that you might actually have for this card. So let's say, like, maybe there's an answer. If there's an answer, then it's a balanced card, right? Because like we said, like, I mean, you can play around the time control Cronoa. Even after they play it, you can still play the Shugesh. It's still a good card. You don't lose 4 energies every time you untap. You're not losing 4 energies on your opponent's turn. He's not nuking 4 energies. He's just basically saying you can't play a free guy. You could still play this card, though. You could still combo for 10, no problem. You can still hard cast your Saiyan, no problem. You're still in the game, guys, when you play this strategy against the Cronoa. With the Kami, similarly, you can just play 3 Kabas and you can still win the game. You don't have to have all 4 out. You can play around the Kami. But if you fuck up once with 1 objection against Dende, Dende smash! Smash! You lose. You fucking lose. And there's no way to stop it. Let's look at the ways that you might think we have to stop it. You could say, let's don't play objection. Okay, well, that sucks if you've already played it, huh? It's not like you can take that back, right? So if it's already live, if Dende is already live, then you lose that game. You pretty much just lose that game. There's no way to stop Dende. Alright, let's look at the ways you might stop Dende. Let's look at them really quick. I've got 4 cards picked out that I think cross my mind as answers to cards like Dende. Alright, let's look at them. Let's look at them. This is great stuff, guys. So let's look at this card. This is Cold Bloodlust. Cold Bloodlust, counterplay. If your leader's a Frieza's army, woo! Cold Bloodlust, get wrecked. I'm gonna fucking nuke you, dude. No. Deflect. Counterplay effects are not affected. This card's not affected by counterplay skills. So Cold Bloodlust, nope. Not gonna happen. So you can't Cold Bloodlust. That's trash. Let's get that out of here. Let's look at another card. Let's look at another card that can stop Dende. Ah, Foreseeing Hit. That's a pretty good card. Until you consider the fact that Child's Wish is playing Dende from the drop area every turn, which means when you actually play Foreseeing Hit, there's no Dende in hand to actually hit. You don't get shit. You get nothing. This guy loses. He's fucking garbage. You just fucking throw by playing Foreseeing Hit. Not to mention, what do you do if you're not playing red? Jack fucking shit. You don't even have that option if you're not playing red. Get fucked. Smash. Dende smash. Alright, let's look at another card that you might think could actually stop Dende. Let's look at it. King Yama Soul Supervisor. This is a set 5 card. You know they were thinking, we gotta shit on Dende somehow. We gotta make this card balanced somehow. Let's read this card, guys. King Yama, Soul Supervisor. 0 plus 5,000 combo for 2. 1 blue and a colorless. Auto. When you play this card, you may choose 2 non-black battle cards from your opponent's drop area and place them at the bottom of your opponent's deck in any order. If you do, draw a card. So you look at the opponent's drop area, you choose 2 non-black battle cards from that drop area. I'm assuming it's up to 2, but you choose 2 non-black battle cards from the opponent's drop area. Do you see the fucking problem? Dende, for whatever reason, a fucking Namek is black. Why? Because we want to make it easy for us to play this card. We want everybody to be able to play Dende, so let's make him black. Let's make him black. So now he's a black card. So now you can't get rid of him from the drop, which means you don't have a way to snipe the Dende in the only zone that it's ever fucking in on your turn. You don't. This card doesn't win. It literally can't target Dende. It doesn't target Dende. Dende says smash. Smash again. King Yama gets shit on, dude. Get fucking shit on. Dende, smash. Okay? Now let's look at the only answer in the game for Dende and how it's kind of a shit answer for multiple reasons. I'll show you. This is Dark Duo Dabura. Dark Duo Dabura says, When you play this card, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's hand and send them to their warp. As we mentioned previously on your turn, Dende's not in the opponent's hand, most likely. If it is, you still have to randomly grab it out of all of the cards they could have in their hand. That's not likely going to happen, and if it does, on the off chance that it does happen, well, they have multiple Dendes, dude, and all they have to do is kill Dabura to actually play more Dendes, because they get their Dende back when Dabura dies. Plus, not to mention, Dabura's a red card. What do if you're not playing red in your deck? Nothing! Smash! Dende doesn't have an answer. Dende, therefore, is a broken fucking card. He's so broken because there's no answer to him. Once he's online, he wins the game, dude. Trust me on this. You're gonna win when Dende's online because he's too fucking strong. If he's online, that means the opponent's playing a ramp deck. If the opponent's playing a ramp deck, that guarantees that they're not playing really too many 1, 2, and 3 drops. They're playing 4, 5, and 6 drops. That's why they're playing ramp cards. So they're gonna stall to turn 4, 5, and 6, and they're gonna ramp up, and they're gonna try to smash you. But they're not gonna be able to, because you're just gonna be like, activate once per turn. Show you a challenge wish. Look at my drop. I have a Dende in it. It's black, so you can't King Yama him. I'm just gonna play the Dende. I'm gonna tap 2, and I'm just gonna say, blow you out, kid, and you're gonna get wrecked. Scrub! Smash! Okay, Dende is broken. Dende's fucking broken. He needs an errata, or he needs a card that directly answers him. My thoughts on how to answer this card fairly is to print a card like King Yama that doesn't specify non-black. We need surgical fucking extraction in this goddamn game! Please give me my surgical extractions! What are you doing? Where's my Tormod's Crypt? I need to stop your drop area from popping off with this stupid infinite recursion. Otherwise, I'm fucked if I play any land ramp. I just am. Okay, so how do I not lose to Dende? I simply don't ramp, which means that I literally don't play the game. In some cases, when my deck is designed to ramp, I just lose to this match, right? Or I don't play my ramp cards and stall out. But why? Why do I have to make the call to actually play around this card? First off. Secondly, what do I even do if I've already ramped? Nothing! Nothing! Smash, dude! Smash! You're gonna get wrecked by this card. This card's broken. Please, Bandai, fucking fix this. What are you doing? What were you even thinking? SS3's banned, bro! You don't even need fucking ramp hate. What are you doing? Stop it! Please! Please give me a fucking break. Dende, you're too fucking strong. Why are you black? I don't even understand. Namex aren't black. This is dumb. What are you fucking Dendes, you know? Like, what is this shit? Like, we're gonna get black versions of all of the Saiyans now. Now we gotta get black Namex as well. Like, let's get all the black cards in the house. And let's print cards that would stop them if they weren't black. Like King fucking Yama. Thanks, King Yama. Thank you so much for being such a great card, man. This card sucks against Dende. All of these cards suck against Dende. Everything sucks against Dende. Dende is fucking broken. Please, guys, tell me what you think about this video and these points that I bring up and ways to actually fix this game. Because let's point this out really fucking quick. Before we wrap up, let's point this out really fucking quick. What happens in the future if, you know, they say, set 6, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna say, like, let's print a card like Objection, but let's say both players have to place an energy from their hand in the energy zone. Let's say that that's what the card says. The card, hypothetical here, they print a card that says each player can play an extra energy this turn, or must play an extra energy this turn, or something like that. Something along those lines, where they're forced to play an energy due to your skill. Read Dende. He doesn't care who's fucking forcing you to play the energy, so long as a skill caused you to do it. So if Dende's controller's skill caused you to play an energy, then Dende is automatically 100% online no matter what. No matter how many times you chose not to play Objection, when they get the card that does this, they break the fucking game, okay? It's not fair. Absolutely not fair. Really need answers to Dende. What were they thinking? And in the meantime, guys, really all you can do is stop playing Objection. Just take it out of your meta. Don't play it. Best of 1, you can play it, but side it out on game 2 or fucking charge that bitch. because you know damn well they're gonna play Dende. Even if they don't have the Child's Wish and the Shenron leader to like recur the Child's Wish and the Dende, they could still blow you out with 4 Dendes. They could pretty much shit on your energy and win the game by just having more energy than you. They can do a lot of things, you guys. And in the future, they're gonna have way more possibilities with this combo. It's not gonna be very fair at all, and it's not gonna be very fun right now, or in the future at any point, unless they answer this Dende. This Dende needs a fucking answer. Can I get an amen? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave some comments, like I said, on what you think about this card, the cards I showed you, why you think some might be fair and balanced, and why you think Dende might not be, because he's definitely not balanced. There's no answer to Dende right now. I can't stand it. It's tilting. I'm so triggered right now. I'm just so triggered. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out!